Good evening everyone. Today we are going to do the daily lead code challenge of 9 February 2023, that is question number 2306, naming a company. We are given an array of string ideas and it represents some names to be used for naming a company. And the process of naming a company is follows that we have to select two ideas A and B and we have to swap the first letter. And if the new names are not present in the original idea array, then it is a valid name. The combination of these two is a valid name, and we have to return distinct valid names possible. So without further delay, let's move on to the examples. So in the first example, we are given ideas. There are some names. Let's select any of these two. If we select coffee and donuts, and we have to swap the first word, that is C and D. So it will become Doffy and Conuts. And we have to check whether these names are present in the original array. If they are not present, then it will be a possible solution. So it will give us, it is possible, one is possible. Then we check with coffee and time. This is also possible. But if we check time and toffee, T swapped with T will remain same. So this is not possible. Also, if we swap coffee with toffee, it will again become coffee and toffee. So that is also not possible. So we won't consider that case if the same element is present in the ideas array. So we have to give the distinct count. If you see all the test cases here, you will get that there are 6 possible cases. But how do we approach it? Before thinking that, let's see the another example. Here we can see that we are given lack and back. If we swap the first letter, that is lack and back, it will again become lack and back. So in such cases, no possible answer is possible. So our answer would be 0. So how do we deal with it? To give you an idea, you will use sets, maps, and store values and think around it. Also, we have to see the constraint that it is getting 5 into the 10 power 4. That is a very high value. So we cannot do it n square complexity. We have to give an optimal approach, that is O of n. Also, we are given that all letters are lowercase English letters. So our area of dealing with is of 26 size. We only have to deal with 26 alphabets, that is from A to Z. So think around it, think of an approach and then come back to the video and we will see. So I hope you tried thinking of an approach. Now let's see how do we actually do it. So to deal with this question, we have to store with these values. As we have to do it in O of n complexity, actually it will be 5 into 10 to the power 4 into multiply by 26 possibilities. And these are from letters A to Z. So what we will do, we will consider every possibility for this. Suppose there is a word coffee and we have to swap this C. So we will check from A to Z how many letters we can swap with it. Yes or no? So A to Z we cannot swap it with C because that would be same, and we cannot swap it with T. So there are 24 possible cases and we will swap it. So from we can put A, O, F, F, E, E. We will store it and we will do the same with B, with C. With C cannot, we cannot do D, E. We will keep on doing that. So how do we actually do it? We will create a map. Inside the map we will check that is A can be swapped with C, B can be swapped with C. We will consider unique elements. We are just considering unique elements and we will check how do we get answer. Then we check C is not possible, then we do D swap with C, then E swap with C. We will keep on doing this, and when we have got a possible answer, that is here let's say D and C, now we will check the other side possible, whether C is possible with D, that is Doff is possible, but we also have to check whether Conuts is possible or not when we swap this D with C. So what we will do, we will keep our D constant and we will check other possibilities, that is D swapped with A, D swapped with B, and when we see D swapped with C, that is common in both the cases. In that case we will add it to our answer. After adding this to answer, how do we actually do it? To avoid in such some cases they have not told that there will be only one single time a letter is coming, a idea is single time. There are cases when coffee might be repeating. So for such cases we will make a set to avoid duplicacy, because set have properties that it does not allow duplicacy. And to store the frequency count, what we will do, we will use map. Suppose that here we are using A, and when it is swapped with C, when instead of C we are using A, we will store its frequency, that one unique word is formed. Same with B. and same with C is not possible, and then with D. So that is what we are checking. How we can say that C and C is not possible? We will check inside our set whether the same word is possible or not, and if it is possible we won't add it. So that is what we have to do. We will use sets, we will create map. Let's move on to the code and you will understand it better. But are you understanding this? One time we are keeping our column same, C, that is first letter, and other time we are keeping our first row same and the second column is different, so that we can get the possible case that when both swaps are allowed, that both unique words are formed. Because in the question we are given that coffee and donuts both combine creative one idea, that would be the company name, that is Doffy Conuts. So that we have to check. So let's, without further delay, move on to the code. So to code this, as I told you, we will start with creating a unordered set of string. Inside the set we can, let's name it set, and inside the set we will put all our variables, strings from the ideas array. So for that we have a shortcut STL key, that is ideas begin comma ideas dot end. We will do this. After this, what we have to do, we have to create a map, unordered map of character and unordered map with character and integer value that will be storing its frequency. Let's name it as map. After this we will start iterating. For auto, let's say str2, we will iterate in our set, we will iterate for our values. Let's initialize a string s is equal to str, and let's initialize the character previous. That would be the previous character is this column in the first case, and in the second loop this will be the previous. We will see in the code. And let's initialize with the first letter, that is in this case the first letter is C, that is being initialized. Now we will do what? For character C, C is just a variable, but you can take x, y, z, whatever you want, but that is just a variable, and we will initialize it with the starting index A, and it can go up to C less than equal to Z. It can maximum go to up to Z, and we will increment it. And now what we will do, we will update our first element with the character, that is we are updating our C with A, B, C, C is not there, D, E, F, so we can store all the other possibilities. After that we will check whether the word is, whether the string formed by replacing it with the character is present in our set. If it is present we won't add it, but if it is not present, what we will do, we will increment its count in our map, that is C pref plus plus. So this will increase the frequency of it, that is this condition, that it is our variable which are substituting by C is equal to A, B, C. This is previous because that is C. We are checking whether A is swapped with C and it is unique or not. Why unique? We are checking it in the set, and after that we are increasing its frequency. So that is what we are doing. So if this is done, yes, it is done. Now we will exit the loop. Now we will have to store our answer. Let's create a variable long answer is equal to 0, because the size is very big, so answer can be large. So we are taking long as data type. Now we again have to start a loop for auto, and str up to set. We will iterate in the set. Character previous is equal to s0, but before that let's initialize the string s is equal to str. And now again same thing is happening, just we have to check the other way possible, that is whether coffee is possible with swapping with donuts, but whether D is possible with this or not. That is Doffy is possible and Conuts is also possible. That is what we are checking. Doffy and Conuts both should be possible. It should be a bidirectional relation, as I told here. That we are checking here, and it is unique. That's why we are adding, because you have already checked in the set. Now again character is initialized with A, C less than equal to Z. That is maximum we can go to up to Z. We will increment our C. Then again we initialize the first character with C, so we can check for the variables, and we will iterate in our set. If we found this already, we won't consider it. If we don't find it, this is the condition, that is we don't found any similarity and it is unique. If it is unique, we will add it to our answer, map previous, and see. Because in the second loop what we was doing, we were keeping this same and we were changing this. That is what we have written. Initially this was changing and this was kept constant, as I explained here. That is what we have done. And finally, we will return our answer. So let's just run and check whether it is working or not. What we have written fine. It should be end. It should be end. Now it should work because we are finding from starting till the end of the set. Yeah, it is running. Let's just submit and check whether it is accepted or not. So yeah, it is accepted. So what we had to do, we just had to create a set to maintain uniqueness. Then we used the map and stored the values inside it, and we iterated as explained here. So please rewatch the video if you have any doubt. Comment your doubts. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Bye bye.